Right now.
Right now.
While this is going on, we're going to get to the Q&A portion of this Q&A panel. Just to make it a little bit easier to do. That actually looks so much better than mine. Did I hear someone say, I know?
Oh, you see, these are ugly. You like your face. Okay, so yeah.
Let's do raised hands.
Yeah.
And we'll try to get everyone and try to make sure everyone has been able to ask their question before you start asking secondary questions.
Also, if you ask us like a question like randomly, I want to ask it again so other people hear our answer. That's fine.
Because I know, I'm pretty sure we've talked to pretty much all of you. But show of hands, who wants to ask the question? Right there, bam.
What's the most ridiculous series you've ever heard? Like, serious.
I really liked the prank one that was going on.
Yeah, that was
like, it was postulated as, if that's even the right use of that word.
Postulated.
Postulated. It was put forth as a joke. Like, this is all a prank, like, on Alex's friends towards him, but, like, then people started, like, plugging in, like, trying to make it fit in with the story, and people were like, so I was like, maybe we should.
Like, and then almost a split second after you said maybe we should, we said no.
Trying to think of some other ones that were.
Yeah, I'm having trouble thinking of one off the top of my head, but there's just a really fantastic one.
There's been some absolutely ridiculous ones. One that Brian is a Slitherman. I think that is the prank one though.
Yeah.
Where Brian is like, you have to dress up Brian in the costumes and everything to scare Jay or something.
Spoiler of all the possible endings, that's not one of them.
Yeah. I did love in it was in one of the hotel entries when the one when Matthew attacks Jay and gets beat down. And,
which one is there's lots of
in the hotel.
33.
And people were like, I'm not sure who's Matthew. I think it's Jessica, you guys.
I'm pretty sure
She's got some pretty sweet sideburns. Very fantastic in person.
I'm pretty sure that's normally said as a joke, but because it's been said, you know that someone has said it and thought it seriously.
How about Brian's head in his face? Because that was before.
Oh, yeah. I actually didn't hear about that one until like a week ago. Yeah,
I remember Brian. I think Brian was the first person I like read about it. He was like, I think my head is a bit bigger. And then we were like, I don't think we could actually pull that off.
Want to try?
Because, well, no, you remember, you didn't hear about it a week ago because we were talking about how would we make a convincing big head if we had to, and we were like, you could say like paper.
I think it was at the
It was terrible.
Take it on a bowling ball.
No, it was interviewing at
UA?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because someone said, and Brian said in the safe, and I'm like, what?
When did this happen?
Well, you would have a hole in the safe is on the floor, so we'd have to ask if we could. Excuse me, hotel staff, can you please just like drill a huge hole in your floor? We'll put it back.
2 rooms.
All right. Next question.
I remember actually you put on Facebook that I wasn't taking any calls at one point. Like, what's some of the things that you love?
Oh yeah, because Joseph put his phone number.
That was actually my fault. I got bored one day and went on one of the video chat things and was just trolling people.
And then actually, I was there.
Then I put my phone number in and was like, go ahead, call it. Just
I was
plus
actually
1
there
minute.
that day.
As soon as I did it, I was like,
Because we were like,
I'm the person who's always like, I like my privacy.
yeah, this is like during the time when people can't even like post on my wall or comment on things, so I don't know what I was.
I think that was
she still has your number, by the way.
That's what I meant.
Yeah, you from?
Actually, no. I would love to say that I was.
Jessica Nelson. I don't know if she
Did
called
it-
me, but I know who has
Did you
it.
get like Jennifer to answer it?
Yeah.
One time? That's Jennifer. She answered the phone and we called Joseph.
All of the bad decisions.
That might actually top it, but it's a product of my own stupidity. Crazy stuff people have done. people have been generally pretty respectful of not doing crazy stuff to us, or at least asking if something would be crazy and letting us tell them, yes, that would be crazy. But people have like jokingly said, it's like, I'm going to find out where they live and like stand outside their house in a Slenderman outfit.
Don't do that. It wouldn't be scary to us. It would just, we would call the
Well, I
police.
mean, it would be scary, but not in the way.
I might be murdered by someone.
I wasn't expecting to get raped today.
I'm not okay with that. Next.
You guys
We're just go down the road. All right.
Like, post Marble Hornets, do you ever think you're going to go back to doing horror, or do you think you're going to, like, stick with comedy?
What, our horror isn't good enough?
I think that, me personally, I like horror things like that, like the psychological thing in Marble Hornets. I like doing that. I also like doing comedy, but sometimes when I'm doing horror, I love it when comedy is mixed in, which is why at some point...
That's why Marble Hornets is a thing.
It's like, we're like Jay and Alex complete smart asses to each other constantly.
Yeah.
That was like, we're like, we can't act that well, let's just be smart, let's just be ourselves to each other.
And the writing of the actual Marble Hornets student film within the film.
Yeah.
There you
That's
go.
some of
That's
our
a perfect
favorite moments.
example. Yeah.
We just sit down and try to write the most ridiculous, sort of pretentious Garden State-esque dialogue we can think of. And I'm so glad that Stuck in the Lucas of Unhappiness is a thing now.
We were hoping it would become a thing.
Before Marble Hornets was even a thing, we wanted that to be a thing.
Yeah. In terms of that, I could definitely see myself going back to it. Probably not once Marble Hornets is over. Like, probably not the very next thing. We need time to recharge, I guess.
Yeah.
We need to recharge our happiness batteries, I guess. We have that sounds dirty.
Yeah, our scary meters.
Yeah, we recharge our scary meters, our scary powers. So we're the next series we're trying to get started, kind of, is definitely not horror.
It is very heavily situated in the comedy region. But
The comedy region.
The comedy Super Canada. Space Canada.
Space Canada.
We use Google Docs a lot and come up and with random ideas and just put stuff down, like Troy near constantly just like, yeah, that's a funny idea, or that's a cool idea, just makes a Google Doc for it.
We have like 80 Google Docs.
And the stuff in there spans a lot of genres, including horror.
Yeah.
You could definitely see a return to that, but it probably would not be the first thing you see out of us after Marble Hornets.
I feel like humor is a little bit more like in our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Like I always feel like we're more comfortable whenever we're trying to make a comedy video as opposed to like the Marble Hornets. Like we might be shooting an entry and then like halfway through realize, fuck, this isn't gonna be scary at all.
Yeah, that has happened.
What makes you first like want to
Yeah,
do
sorry.
like the Slender Man thing?
Say again?
What makes you first like want to do like the story about Slender Man?
Troy, this is your story.
It was a weird coincidence. Like I said, I was unemployed. I was unemployed. I had like tried to get a job all summer. It was like in July when this happened, and I was just killing time. If you've gone on the Troy Has a Camera YouTube channel before and you saw the Bieber thing, like the Bieber short, that was made during that time, right before I started doing Marble Hornets. So like, that's how bored I was. I made that for someone for free. So right after I made that, I was just killing time on the Something Awful forums, and I found the Let's Make Terrible Images thread, and it was right, almost exactly when the first like, what's his name?
Victor
Surge did the first Slenderman posting, and then I watched it for a while and noticed everyone was doing like text, like I'm gonna tell a story, or like interviews with like mental patients or something. And people had like were venturing into like audio recordings. I don't know, like that was funny. Like doing audio recordings, like interviews with people that I've seen before. And thinking, because like I'm a film student, I still am until like December when I graduate, finally. So I was like, no one's like tried video yet. I guess I could try that. I like the idea, and so just out of nowhere, I just took the phone and I like to go to Facebook tonight.
You wanted to drag someone else under.
Yeah, I was like, well, I can't shoot this by myself. I've tried to do that thing before, but it turned out terribly. So.
You also really like jumped on the ball there. Like I actually didn't know this until like maybe a month ago, but I was going through that paranormal movie thread, and I looked at the date that the first Slender Man picture was posted, and then like the day the introduction was posted, and they're only like a week and a half apart. So like you really jumped on that. So you get in there.
Yeah, that was, I think I posted there's like an original post on Something Awful in character. You used to see that was like this one. It was like, yeah. So I posted like the long, it was essentially the introduction video, but in like text format, like here's an incredibly in-depth setup to what is going on. And I was like, there's actually me gauging the interest in that too. And I was like, if there's any interest, I'll post a video on YouTube or something. And if I remember correctly, no one responded. I'm pretty sure no one did.
No, I think like I remember specifically there was one person pretty close after that quoted it as like, please do this, and then that might have been it. But there's at least one person.
There's at least one person I think, and I remember almost immediately after I did it, someone like quoted my post being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that too. So I'm like, fuck, I have to hurry.
I don't think they ever acted it.
I don't think they would.
I think I remember them messaging us being like, yeah, we were gonna do that, but it was hard. and then you guys did, and you were like, yeah, well, so another happy accident.
You threw the internet Sharpie down.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Basically, we wanted to do. And then we'll make our way back over.
Yeah.
This guy has gotten so much love.
Yeah.
What's your favorite entry to shoot, or what was?
To shoot or
To make in general.
What's favorite? In terms of just like the experience of shooting it, of like.
Yeah, like the most fun to shoot.
I'm pretty sure it was 17. Whichever one was that the one you were from the window?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Definitely that one.
Because
I mean, it was just us screwing around for like 3 or 4 hours.
It was not 3 or 4 hours. It was like 5 hours.
Yeah, a day of hanging out that we just happened to shoot a Marble Hornets video.
Yeah. There's we did have the camera rolling for this, and we thought, hey, this would be a great special feature, or blooper or something, and then we watched it later, and we were like, no, it really wouldn't. Basically, I was just wandering in the kitchen, and I find like this really old loaf of bread
in the
refrigerator that's like rock hard. So I was like, guys, it's bread football time. So, like, we ran outside, like we were all just like playing bread football.
It was funny to us, but then we watched the video of it later, and we were like, no one is gonna find this funny. It's just like 4 guys throwing a piece of bread around.
The majority of the video, though, it's like a 20-minute video, and at least 10 of it is just me and our friend Boyd in front of the camera just talking like we're the winning team or something.
Tell us about how great it was to be the bread football champion.
We've been working towards this for a really long time, put a lot of hours into the bread nasium. Actually, I don't think we said that. That would have been funnier than anything else that was said. So that gives you an idea. It was not funny. But then we filmed an entry afterwards.
No, I think we did bread football after.
We did.
I'm sure we did.
I was like, you guys, let's hurry up and finish this entry so we can play it.
No. Before we did bread football, we went to like an Italian restaurant and ate like barbecue pizza and beer and stuff. So it was like, we didn't have beer.
I probably did.
Like we brought it home with us and ate like an entire pizza each, and then like ran outside. It was a terrible idea. We felt like
yeah.
We felt terrible afterwards.
So that's the aftermath of that shooting entry is us all lying on the floor going. I think Joseph actually had to go to work right after that.
Why was that the most fun to shoot?
Oh wait, well, yeah, the whole like dying.
Yeah. So that was probably, yeah, I'd agree, that's probably the most fun to shoot.
It's gonna sound really bad, but I can't think of any ones that are like, stick out my head that were exceptionally
Also, the
fun.
one where it's you and me on camera, and then Tim comes in, and I give apparently the "Oh Tim" face. That one was fun too, because it's basically the same scenario.
Yeah.
We sat around eating pizza and goofing off for like 4 hours.
Yeah, I think us eating pizza actually was the middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And again, it wasn't really that fun.
Yeah. So
Uh,
how did Tim eating, or not eating, but putting coupons in his lips not make it into the
Yeah.
room?
Oh no,
I
I was
think
just sitting,
so.
because like they were just kind of talking off camera, and I didn't really have anything else to do than to stand there, and so like they had all these coupons on the floor, and I just started like sniffing them out. And then Troy turns around, and I'm just like, oh, Brian's just run down to the stall for some cereal. You have to get alcohol and pop cereal. Is what he said.
Yeah, basically.
And none of you will ever see it.
Any entry with Tim involved is the most fun, but it also takes the longest.
I don't know, you've got a little bit better.
Now my girlfriend won't let me come and film at night, because she knows I won't get back till like 2 in the morning.
Well, yeah, probably won't.
Yeah.
It takes a while. Yeah,
You can't rush hard.
Yeah.
You really can.
Let's do another question.
Yeah. I saw this in the purple first.
I talked to you guys in our West.
You ever gotten
Arrested.
close, maybe. You're talking about food?
Personal life or involved in?
Well, I remember hearing someplace like the abandoned building you went to, like the cops were around and they told you to get out again.
Yeah, we've been told to get out plenty of times.
It was the most awkward.
Our first time was. Our first time was on a clear, crisp night.
We were playing Rush.
We were actually at a different playground than we used in the series, and cop just rolled up and was like, "What are you guys doing?" It's like,
Get out.
He was like, I think he actually was like,
The park is closed.
yeah, he was just like, okay, you all don't.
That was
Don't make a
one of the
movie.
nicest cops we've had.
Yeah, he was just like, all right, that's cool, but you
can't. Yeah.
Then we went to the abandoned building once, and everything went off without a hitch until we came back to the car and drove off, and we were parked in this church parking lot, and around the corner there was a cop just sitting there, lights
Waiting
on,
on us.
and I was
His
like,
lights were on, like his headlights were on.
yeah, it was like, well, either we stop now or he's gonna stop us in like 2 feet.
It was the most awkward police stop I've ever experienced.
We just rolled
We
it.
kind of rolled up the side, and then I kind of rolled up a window, and I was like,
He didn't even have his window rolled down. We had to roll down ours because we knew he was there for us.
Yeah.
We rolled down our window and he rolled down his. What are you guys doing here?
Yeah.
So like we were filming a thing.
No, like he knew what we were doing. He was like, you were going to the abandoned building, weren't you? And I was like,
Yeah, can we not do that?
You're like, oh, did we
It's
not
private
do that?
property.
Yeah.
You can be arrested for that. And Troy lets out the most deadpan thing I've ever heard, and it's still, I find it hilarious. It's like, we will never come back ever again. It's like, I can't think of any way to sound less like you're telling the truth. Somehow the reason that he said ever again is perfect.
You and Ellis almost got busted with spray paint.
Oh yeah,
They were
never told the story before.
anti-repeating.
So the entry where Jay finally finds Alex, or Jay, in that small little abandoned house, when the sweet guitar right here comes down. What?
He stabbed me.
Yeah.
I wasn't even a jerk yet.
Yet.
He broke his leg with a black cement, man.
Oh yeah, before we went there, it was about 2 days prior to that being shot. There was a lot of graffiti in there. A lot of penises. Because we're classy people in Alabama.
This is a racial slur.
Yeah, a lot of those. So we were like, I really want to use this house, but I want there to be dicks on the wall while we're attacking him. So I was like, what's one way to cover this up? And I was like, more spray paint. So I got me and Ellis, who was the guy at the park. We'll call him to the park, I guess.
Guy with the headphones.
Guy with the headphones, and a jacket that was too small, that was actually mine. Him and I just went out there. We like got respirators and everything. We had like a big bag of spray paint. We anti-graffiti. We covered up the graffiti with spray paint, even though I'm pretty sure that's still actually graffiti. And while we were doing that, a guy in a truck just rolled up outside the house. Like, it's hard to explain how this place is set up, but like, you should not be able to get a car out there. Like, you have to walk to get to it. And this guy in a truck just rolls up right outside with me and Ellis, like wearing respirators, holding spray paint cans, like very obviously spraying on the walls, which is like, I'm pretty sure is illegal.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm saying, like, it's also illegal to be there. So we were like twice illegal. Yeah. So, that was absolutely terrifying. But luckily, the guy, like, we like Metal Gear Solid, like over to the other side of the house, so where he couldn't see us, and I think we threw some of the spray paint out the window. Got caught with it. But yeah, like, and the guy didn't actually come in. He just walked to one of the abandoned buildings in that area. Still don't know who he was.
He was also filming.
No, he was like, he looked like a farmer. He had like overalls on, like a trucker hat. He's like, let it off, let his truck there. So, I don't know. Undercover cop, who knows?
Never. So to actually answer the question, we've never been arrested.
No, we never.
We got close.
We have
the worst that's
one
happened
season left though, so
Yeah.
it hasn't.
You guys can vouch for us though.
What?
If we do get
Oh
arrested.
yeah. Give us all your phone numbers and we can call you. Be like, no, that's cool.
All right.